Millions of fans consider Scaredy Pants to be the definitive SpongeBob Halloween classic. The thing nobody tells you is that they've been watching a censored version. There is a hidden message buried in the original storyboards of the episode's final scene. A message so bizarre that it led to 2 different cuts over 20 years. We found the original concept, and what it reveals is a surprisingly deep and creepy take on body image that you would never expect from a kid's cartoon. You are not prepared for what they almost showed you. SpongeBob SquarePants. For over 2 decades, the cheerful yellow sponge has been a global icon, generating billions of dollars and watched by hundreds of millions of people. You see, since its debut in 1999, the show has mastered a unique blend of kid-friendly silliness and clever adult humor. But buried within its most iconic Halloween episode lies a secret. A moment so strange it was cut from the storyboards, and a line of dialogue so controversial it was removed from American television 20 years after it first aired. Many people are crazy about the episode Scaredy Pants, the series' first ever Halloween special. The plot is simple and memorable. SpongeBob, tired of being the easiest person to scare in Bikini Bottom, decides to dress up as his ultimate fear, the Flying Dutchman. What many overlooked is the setup for the episode's hidden message, which begins with a seemingly innocent gag. To make his costume more convincing, SpongeBob shaves himself down, transforming his square body into a perfectly round shape to fit under the white sheet. He even shaves his long, skinny legs, a detail that seems like a throwaway joke. The episode continues with SpongeBob successfully scaring everyone at Mr. Krabs' Halloween party until the real Flying Dutchman shows up, furious that someone is impersonating him. In the chaotic climax, the Dutchman proves SpongeBob is a fake by ripping the ghost costume clean off. For a moment, everyone sees SpongeBob not in his usual square pants, but as an exposed, round-headed sponge. He's terrified and humiliated. In the version that aired, the camera stays at a medium distance. We hear a laugh track, and the episode ends. But that wasn't the original plan. The thing nobody tells you is that the original storyboards, the hand-drawn blueprints for the episode, tell a different story. Right after the costume is ripped off, the artist had planned for a shocking close-up shot. The camera would have zoomed in on SpongeBob's face, showing it covered in 5 o'clock shadow and stubble from his early shaving. His eyes would be wide with pure, undiluted terror. To put it mildly, this wasn't a funny image. It was a moment of genuine body horror. A flash of grotesque detail in a show known for its bright colors. This jarring close-up was cut for pacing and to keep the tone light, but it was the first layer of the secret. The second layer is even more bizarre. As the screen fades to black, the original episode ends with SpongeBob's voice saying, "Don't worry, it grows back." A simple reassuring line. Or is it? For over 20 years, that line aired without issue. Then, in 2020, something strange happened. Nickelodeon quietly removed that final line from all its broadcasts in the United States. Suddenly, the episode just ended in silence. Why? Network insiders cited inappropriate timing, a vague explanation that only fueled more speculation. This seemingly innocent joke about regeneration was now deemed too sensitive to air. The combination of the deleted body horror visual and the censored line created a hidden message that fans have debated for years. A dark joke about vanity, fear, and the horrifying feeling of being exposed. But this single cut was just the tip of the iceberg. It turns out that trimming down scary content from SpongeBob's spooky episodes is a long-standing tradition at Nickelodeon. What many overlooked is that the network has a vault of deleted scenes, each one deemed just a little too intense for its young audience. A perfect example comes from a much more recent special, 2017's The Legend of Boo-Kini Bottom. This entire episode was a creative marvel, animated using stunning stop motion that gave the world of Bikini Bottom a creepy, tangible feel, almost like a classic Rankin Bass holiday special. The plot follows the Flying Dutchman trying to scare SpongeBob, who is simply too naive to understand true fear. But the creators originally had something much more terrifying in mind. In the pre-production stage, storyboards revealed a sequence featuring a headless horror, a truly frightening ghost designed to chase the characters through a haunted hotel. The drawings showed a ghastly spectral figure with no head, gliding menacingly down corridors with eerie lighting and characters screaming in pure panic. According to notes from the creators, the scene was deliberately designed to be scary. To put it mildly, it worked a little too well. The network executives got cold feet, deciding the headless ghost was far too frightening for the show's demographic, and the entire sequence was scrapped before it ever reached animation. Online, fans have created reconstructions of this lost scene that have gathered millions of views, fueling the legend of the too scary for TV ghost. This wasn't a subtle message, it was a full-blown horror sequence that was locked away. But the cuts weren't always about outright horror. Sometimes they were made to preserve a very specific type of suspense. Take the legendary Season 2 episode Graveyard Shift. Consistently ranked as one of the scariest and best episodes in the show's history, it traps SpongeBob and Squidward in the Krusty Krab overnight. The episode builds an incredible atmosphere of psychological dread, with flickering lights, eerie silence, and a terrifying story about a hash-slinging slasher. In the broadcast version, the source of the flickering lights is revealed to be a playful Nosferatu flipping the switch, a silly punchline to a tense build-up. However, the original storyboards feature a different culprit, a creepy character named Floorboard Henry, who was just a single unsettling eye peeking out from the floorboards. The creators felt that revealing the haunting to be a random lurker ruined the supernatural mystery. They made a creative choice to cut him, preserving the episode's chilling atmosphere and making the final Nosferatu gag even more unexpected. But sometimes, the cuts hinted at something much more disturbing than ghosts. The rabbit hole of SpongeBob's deleted scenes goes even deeper, venturing into territory that is both psychologically disturbing and the subject of rampant fan theories. In The Legend of Boo-Kini Bottom, the same special that cut the headless ghost, there was another moment that was toned down. In one sequence, SpongeBob and Patrick get a glimpse into Plankton's evil mind. They see the world through his eyes, or eye, and in a horrifying twist, they see Krabby Patties not as food, but as grotesque patties made of human flesh. The original storyboards called for a disgusting close-up of this people patty, but the final version kept it brief and less detailed, likely to avoid traumatizing its audience with hints of cannibalism. It was a quick gag, but one that revealed a truly dark corner of the show's universe. Then there is the infamous episode I Was a Teenage Gary, a story that is pure body horror from start to finish. After being accidentally injected with snail plasma, SpongeBob slowly and painfully transforms into a snail. The episode ends with a zombified, snail-eyed Squidward also succumbing to the infection, letting out a final haunting meow as the screen fades. For a time, that final meow was cut short in some broadcasts, an edit made for timing that fans interpreted as censorship. This small change gave birth to a massive internet creepypasta, a rumor that there was a fully animated deleted scene showing Squidward's complete, horrifying transformation. The thing is, this part is pure myth. No such scene was ever created. But the legend persists because the episode's core concept is so genuinely unsettling. So what does this all mean? Are we missing a key detail? Is there some grand dark conspiracy woven into the fabric of Bikini Bottom? The truth is, probably not. In the world of television animation, scenes are cut all the time for pacing, budget, and tonal consistency. What is so fascinating about these specific cuts is what they reveal about the creative process. They show that the writers and artists behind SpongeBob were always willing to push the boundaries, to experiment with genuine horror, psychological dread, and surprisingly dark themes. The hidden messages aren't necessarily intentional cryptic codes. Instead, they are the echoes of creative choices, the ghosts of scenes deemed too scary, too weird, or too unsettling for a kid's show. They are a testament to the fact that, for a moment, one of the world's most beloved cartoons almost became a whole lot scarier. Do these cuts actually protect kids, or do they just hide the creator's true, darker vision? Let us know in your thoughts below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more secrets.